right. EOL Saturdays. We ain't started yet, but get ready. Get your notepads out. We're going to be speaking about integrity. Woo! Woo! We're going to be speaking about integrity.
My face above the water.
It'll be a good one here today.
My feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. Slowly drifting away.
The purpose of this call is leadership.
Wave after wave, wave after wave.
No other topic
slowly drifting
that is more important than leadership.
And it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the
help them. Your job is not to lead them. All right. This call is in English, so we're going to be speaking in English today, but the next one will be in Spanish for you that are asking for Spanish speakers. Pause this music here. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me, Manny? Fantastic. We're rocking and rolling. Integrity. What's going on, ladies and gentle savages? All right. We live in a society where men need to step up. So I'm calling all men to step up and learn to be gentlemen, but also learn to be savages in a good way. This is Production of Leaders. My name is Gabe Guardia, and I'm here to bring you value and trust that this call is going to empower you. Not that it's going to be a powerful call, that this call is going to empower you. And before we get started, I want you to drop in the chat something that you're excited about today, right now. Gratitude is the attitude, but I want to talk about excitement because great leaders are always excited. And I remember when the last and only job really that I had was at a car dealership enterprise. And when the clients would come in, we would literally ask the clients, are you excited? We wouldn't even welcome them. Hey, good morning, good afternoon. We would just ask them, are you excited? And they would look at us like we were crazy on drugs, drunk. And they were like, excited about what? What do you mean, am I excited? And so I want to ask you today to think about what is it that excites you about today? What are you looking forward to? What's something that is going to make you energized, something that's going to make you breathe good energy when people meet you and see you, all right? And secondly, I want you to think about someone that you know that is a person of integrity. Don't say me. I know you all want to say me, but pick somebody else, okay? And think about someone that you know that is someone that when you look at them, they breathe integrity. They have integrity. You look at them and you're like, I know that if I put $1 million in this person's hands and I told them I'll be back in a year, I'm going to jail. When I get back, that $1 million will still be there. Think about that person. Who is it for you? You don't have to share it. Just think about it for a moment. Someone, a woman or a male, that you know that they carry integrity with them. That they'll never steal a sale from you. They'll never steal a client from you. They'll never do anything to hurt you. They have integrity. This call is titled Integrity is Every Dash Thing. Integrity is everything. And great leaders, they possess this quality. They possess the quality of integrity. So we start with, now that you thought about that person, I want to ask you, what is integrity for you? What is integrity? I'm going to give you the definition directly from the dictionary. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. That's what integrity is. I'll read it again. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Now the question is, do you have integrity? Do you have integrity? We spoke about passion before. We spoke about discipline. We spoke about gratitude, attitude, map, all of these great things. But integrity is something that is not spoken about enough. We don't talk about leadership enough, but below leadership, within leadership, we don't talk about integrity. What is integrity? Okay. I'm going to give you guys an example of somebody that I know that had integrity, and unfortunately he died at 39, or fortunately, because he left us his teaching. My high school football coach, I met him my freshman year, and this guy, when he had his first son, he would never curse. I never heard a bad word come out of this guy's mouth. That's integrity. This guy loved his wife, and he was who he was in front of the camera and off of the camera. He was Coach Robert Fernandez, was always the same. His integrity, he didn't have to say anything to you. Just by you meeting him and him looking in your eyes, you knew that he was a man of integrity. And because he had integrity, he changed my life. Because he had integrity and he was a man of uprightness, he was a man that possessed the quality of integrity. He changed my life. He taught me what integrity looked like. And guess what? He wasn't rich. He didn't have a big business. He didn't have any of these things that the world teaches us, or these motivational speakers teach us. He didn't have any of that. He was a high school football coach, and he taught special ed, kids with autism and Down syndrome and learning disabilities. That's who he did. That's what his passion was. But he was a man that possessed integrity. And because he had integrity, he was able to teach us what integrity looked like. And that is a quality that if you want to be a leader, you have to have integrity. Okay. The reason I named this call integrity is everything is because integrity is every thought. It's every decision. It's every action that you take. Like I said before, who you are on and off of the camera. You know, we live in a world where social media has distorted everything. You don't really know who somebody is or if they have integrity or not, unless you meet them and spend time with them. Who you see on social media is not probably who they are. So integrity is challenging us to be people of integrity anywhere and everywhere we go. Preachers, pastors, religious leaders, all of this. Who are you when nobody is looking? Who are you when your wife goes to work and you get tempted to watch pornography? Who are you when your wife goes on vacation to Brazil and you're tempted to go to a strip club? These are the things that matter in the character of a leader. And if we're going to go deep on leadership here on Saturdays, I'm going to bring up these types of subjects because I believe that these are the things that men and women need to speak about. And when you're a leader, if you don't possess this quality, guess what? People are not going to learn from you and or follow you and or trust you. Okay? So that was my first point, is what is integrity? Now I want to jump into why do I need this if I want to become a strong leader? Drop it in the chat. Why do you think you need integrity if you want to be a strong leader? I want to hear from you. Leaders are people that we like. They're people that we can trust, and they're people that we can follow to get us to our destination, that can help us get somewhere. Integrity builds trust. If you're taking notes, you want to write that down. Okay? Integrity builds trust. If I know that Liz is on my team and she's my leader, she's my upline, and I know that she's not going to steal a sale from me or anything of that matter, then I can trust her. I know she has integrity. I can be vulnerable. It builds trust. We have to learn how to be people of integrity in business, out of business, in faith, out of faith. All of these things is how we begin to walk as people of integrity, as leaders of integrity. So I have a question for you. What happens if I don't have integrity? What do you think happens if I don't have integrity? Can I build a big business? Can I build a big church? Can I build a big organization? Can I build a big, nonprofit? Can I build anything if I don't have integrity? My pastor, Carlos Peñalosa, when he was around, he had integrity. Fantastic. Everything is integrity. It's how you see yourself is how you see everything else, right? So if you see yourself as a person of integrity, you're going to attract people of integrity. You're going to see the world how it is beautifully, and you're going to be able to pick up on people that don't have integrity. Does that make sense? When you're a person of integrity, guess what? You have discernment. You have the ability to read, feel, see things when they are off. Because they can trick you, but they can only trick you for a certain amount of time. Until you see what's behind the scenes. Integrity is everything. Importante tener integridad, no solo con tu propio equipo, pero con todas las personas que te conocen. So my wife just said it's important to have integrity, not only with your team, if you're in business, but with anyone and everyone that you come across. Anyone that comes into your space, anyone that meets you, anyone that you shake hands with, anyone that introduces you to somebody else, make sure that that other person knows that you're a person of integrity. So if I don't have integrity, the question is, I'm in trouble, okay? If I do have integrity, guess what? My integrity is going to seep through my pores. If you're taking notes, you should write that down. My integrity, your integrity, okay, but put it in your own, in first person. My integrity will seep through my pores and invite me places I never imagined. When people know that you are a person of integrity and that they can trust you and that they believe what you're saying, you're going to get invitations to go places you never thought you could be. I'll give you an example. 2 Sundays ago, I married a couple. I had no idea I was going to be invited. I was invited to a wedding, but I wasn't invited to officiate the wedding. But guess what? One guy was a non-practicing Muslim. He was raised Muslim, and his wife is a Catholic. He met me. I told him about Jesus, and I know this is not a faith call, but I told him about my personal faith, and we built a good relationship. And guess what? He trusted me because he saw that I had integrity, and he invited me to officiate their wedding. That's integrity. He invited me to unite him and his wife. He invited me to a place. I was invited to the wedding, but I was not invited to the front row seat. I got invited to a place that I never imagined I was going to be. Why? Because I was walking and talking and living with integrity. All right. So I want to ask you guys a question. And if you're on the Zoom call, you can unmute yourself. If you're in the chat, you can drop it in the chat here on IG. If I don't have integrity, how can I obtain it? What do you think? If I don't have integrity, or I'm like, hey, I'm not really sure if I have it or not, what do you guys think I can do or you can do to obtain it or to increase it or to get better at it? I want to hear from you. What's up, E-Man? Now I can see you. Or if you don't want to talk about yourself. Yeah, let's say you don't want to talk about yourself. You know somebody that doesn't have it and you want to help them. It doesn't have to be about you. Go ahead, E-Man.
So I think in order to have integrity, you have to be honest with yourself first about your limitations and your capacity, and being honest with yourself so you can be honest with others, so you can build trust. I think integrity is being something and showing that. Like not saying something and not doing it. Means if you say you're going to do something, actually doing it. Integrity.
Absolutely. That's spot on. That's exactly the answer to the question. She said, you have to be honest with yourself first. And that comes with asking yourself powerful questions. You know, we talk about affirmations. I am strong. I am this. I am that. But what about the questions that we are asking ourselves? Gabe, do you have integrity? No, I don't, Gabe. Why don't you have it? Well, because I robbed a bank yesterday. Okay. Am I asking myself powerful questions so that I can get powerful answers? But most people don't want to do that inner work because they're scared to see the demons that live inside of them, or they're scared to deal with the ugliness. They're scared to deal with, man, you know, I have to face my reality. And I agree with what Jimena said, is you have to ask yourself and do the inner work first. That's where it all starts and ends. Preguntarse a uno mismo si, we're going to have to do these calls in Spanish, guys. Preguntarse a uno mismo si es posible que yo pueda lograr cumplir con lo que estoy diciendo. Before you tell somebody that you are going to do something, ask yourself, can I deliver on what I am about to say? That's integrity. Because once you say it, it's already out there. I'm going to call you back. And then you never call the person back. I'll text you in a little bit. And then you never text them. It's little things like that. That's integrity. It's the small things. If the speed limit says 60 miles an hour, why was I driving 83? That's integrity. If I stole, look, I took a class and I learned about integrity, and I had to give back pens that I had stolen from my office. That's integrity. I had pens laying around that were not mine, that I didn't pay for, that I didn't buy. And something as simple as that, I went and I gave it to the owner. And I said, I took this pen. I want to give it back to you. It's not mine. That's integrity. It's every little thing. And it's hard to not go crazy thinking about, oh my God, I stole a napkin from the restaurant, or oh my God, you know, but it's, am I asking myself those questions? Like Diana and Jimena said, am I being honest with myself with this and doing what you say you're going to do? I'm going to help you. Did you help me? Hey, I want you to join this Monet business with me because I'm going to help you get to level 9. And every time I call you, you don't pick up my call. And every time I text you, you don't pick up my text. So are you doing what you said you're going to do? No. So if you say you're going to do something, do it. ¿Cómo se ve la integridad en este negocio? How do you see integrity in this business? Can you rephrase the question? I don't really understand it. ¿Cómo se ve la integridad en este negocio? I guess she's referring to Enagic, or the business that some of us are in. Integrity can be seen in Enagic in many different ways. In any business that you're in, if you're in network marketing or you're in another company, it doesn't matter. How do you see integrity? Number one, looking at yourself, like we said, right? And number two, look at your team. Look at your upline. Does your upline have integrity? Integrity can be seen in network marketing. In if I have someone on my team and we both know a mutual person and they're on my team, I want to help this person on my team win. So I'm not going to steal that sale from that person. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give them the sale because I want them to make money, because I want them to win. I'm not worried about one sale. One person's not going to make me rich. One person's not going to make me get to level 12, make me get to 6A, right? It doesn't matter. I'm not even, I'm so, as a leader with integrity, as a leader of leaders, if you want to become a leader, don't focus on one sale. Don't focus on one person. Leaders are confident in who they are and how they walk and what they do, that they know that this one person is not going to be the person that makes me a millionaire. Who's going to make you a millionaire? Who's going to make you successful? Who's going to make you a great leader is you. If you're successful in your business, Herbalife, Monet, Enagic, it doesn't matter. If you're successful, it's because you put in the work. And if you're not successful, it's because you didn't put in the work. Don't blame it on your upline. Don't blame it on the system. Don't blame it on the marketing. Don't blame it on your lack of Instagram followers. Look at yourself and say, I didn't have integrity. I didn't put in the work. I didn't put in the time. And that's why I suck at this business. But guess what? I'm going to get better. I'm going to look for help. I'm going to commit. I'm going to decide. And I'm going to be successful because I want to lead myself first. That's how you become successful. That's how integrity is seen in network marketing. And guess what? It's the best display are your results. You cannot lie to yourself about your results. You can't. So if you want to know if you have integrity, if you are a leader, if you are being, look at the results. Where I am seated today is a reflection of what I did 90 days ago. And guess what? There's 10 weeks left in the year. This is call number 10. There's 10 weeks left. How are you going to finish the year? Will you be a person of integrity? Will you be a leader? Will you lead yourself? Do you have a clear vision of where you want to go? Do you know your purpose? Do you have a mission? And are you leading with your gift? Last week, we spoke about your gift. What is your gift? Are you operating in that gift? And I want to break something new to you guys real quick. It's not about leading others. It's about leading through and with your gift. That's pillar number 4. Had to tweak it a little bit, make it better. Lead yourself, have a clear vision, have a clear mission, and then pillar number 4, invite others on the journey and lead with your gift. Lead in the arena that you have been gifted to lead in. And then guess what? The people will come. The invitations will come. The money will come. Everything that your heart desires will come as a result of the work that you have been doing when nobody was watching. The blessings are going to come. Not when you want them to, when they're supposed to. If somebody else wins, I win, whether they're on my team or not. There's people on these calls that have nothing to do with my business. Guess what? My fulfillment comes from seeing them win. It doesn't matter if I don't make a penny. I don't care. God's going to bless me anyway. I'm already blessed. I'm not waiting for the blessing. I'm already blessed. Don't do to others what you don't want them to do to you. We learned that in elementary school, but we forget when we become adults. That's integrity. I'm not going to do something to you that I wouldn't do to myself. Every day is a new beginning. You failed. Well, we make mistakes. Get up and restart. Absolutely. There's a call on my YouTube channel that says I failed, but I didn't lose. And so going back to integrity, I want to close with telling you how we can obtain it. Number 1, look at yourself. Ask yourself powerful questions, right? Ask yourself, why don't I have integrity? Where did I go wrong? What mistakes have I made? How can I get better at this? And be honest and begin to heal your heart and your soul. And everything else will align. Another way you can obtain integrity, find someone that you honor, that you respect, that you can learn from along the way of getting better at this. I have a spiritual dad. He's 70 years young. He's a man of integrity. I learn from him. If I'm not sure about a decision that I need to make, guess what I do? I call him and I ask him for advice. I ask him for counseling. I ask him for guidance. That is wisdom. Don't try to do it all by yourself. Do that inner work inside. You're doing the real work, coach. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's how I can obtain integrity, is doing the inner work, is getting better, reading books, reading YouTubes, going to seminars, but most importantly is spending time with yourself and getting to know who you truly are behind the scenes when no one is watching, if you're a person of integrity or not. Does that help out? Does that add value to your lives? Drop a 3 if you're with me. What was your biggest takeaway so far? Let's close with some conversations here. Drop a 3 if you're with me and tell me what has been your biggest takeaway so far. You can unmute yourself or you can drop it in the chat if you're here live with us. You're in business, ask yourself if the people that you're partnered with are people of integrity or not. Because if you're partnered with people that are not people of integrity, you need to check your partnerships. you need to check your goals. You need to check your inner circle. Because if you are surrounded by people with integrity, guess what? You're going to attract people of integrity. But if you're surrounded by people that do not have integrity and are willing to cut corners or willing to cheat to make a dollar, that's always going to come back full circle. So if you're in business for yourself, or you work for somebody, ask yourself if those people have integrity. And ask yourself first, but observe your environment. Integrity is what you're doing when no one is watching. Absolutely. It's simple. But we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. I've never heard people speak about on social media integrity. The inner work is everything. Absolutely. Self-reflection and being honest with ourselves. That's right. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. What was your biggest takeaway on the call here today? I want to hear from you.
What's up, brother?
What's up, champ?
Hey, I think this call was so powerful, man, because it's like you dig into the wound and then you actually find a lot of the real things that reside in people's hearts, because that's key, man. Like the biggest thing is like, don't do to others what you don't want done to you. So at the end of the day, if you're okay with whatever you're doing and you would be okay if it's done to you, then operate on that. And if that changes and that gets better with time, then you start changing, because it's like you wouldn't want nobody to talk bad to your mom, right? So then why would you talk bad to somebody else's mom, for example, right? So it's kind of like it's that inner reflection that we have, and it's the more you dive and the more disciplined you become, I think the more we start to establish better sense of integrity and being more, in tune with who we are as people. And I really enjoy this call, man. It's very, very powerful. I think a lot of people should really tune into this call and get the nuggets and reflect on it, because it's something that is not spoken about a lot,
Absolutely. Yeah, brother. I don't know why. I don't know why integrity is not spoken about as much as it should be spoken about. But I believe that once we are in a healing journey, right? Because we're going to be healing until the day we die. I learned that at Canaan. I thank God for a place like Canaan in South Florida that taught me this. Once we understand that we're going to be continually healing, and in that journey of healing, we are working on our integrity, we're working on our vulnerability, then guess what we can do? We can help others become people of integrity. We can help them along the journey. We can teach them about the importance of integrity, because it's not a common topic, even though it should be. And so in business, a lot of people forget their principles and do anything for money. It's sad, said my wife. I always say it to you, my business is based on integrity. She does tell me that. And your life should be lived on principles. Every decision, every move, every partnership, anything that you do should be based on your life principles. If what you are about to do violates, crosses any of those principles, then don't do it. And if you don't have any principles, then you need to ask yourself, why don't I have principles in life? I need to establish what are these principles that I'm going to follow. And then the decisions are easy to make because you have a set of principles that you have established for you. Don't let anybody tell you what those principles should be. Figure them out for yourself. Take time alone. Go to the mountains, go to the rivers, go to nature, spend time with God, and find out what are the principles that I am never willing to violate in my family, in my business, in my life. And if you do that, everything else is going to flow downstream. It's going to be easy because you have a set of principles. We have to do a whole separate call on the importance of principles, but this call here today was on integrity. So if you logged in late, it's at 10 a.m. Eastern every Saturday. We're bringing value. We're blessing you. We're getting better with our public speaking. And so I'll look forward to seeing you guys next Saturday, 10 a.m. Production of Leaders. If you gain some value, invite a friend just so that they can hear, and it's going to help you, because the best way to learn is to teach. You should write that down. The best way to learn is to teach. I'm learning by teaching this here today. So I trust that it empowered you. I believe that we are all going to work on our integrity. And I believe that we were all given a gift and created to lead. We were all given a gift and created to lead ourselves. We have the spirit of leadership that lives inside of each and every one of us. It's your job, not mine, to pour water on it and to let it grow to a sequoia tree. Don't keep it as a little mini Mickey Mouse plant. Water the seed daily. Work on yourself. God bless you. The joy is in the journey. I love you. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Go out there and be great. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.